What about there? YouTube has travel was in the building. So, given the height of the political climate and the fact that this may be it, I wanted to participate in the discussion and do my part for for humanity. And I wanted to do a live about remembering the Palestinians people, because that's what this is. Anybody has to know that attacking Israel is futile. It's a suicide mission. And without understanding other mechanisms, if that was the best option, it was always doomed. It was always doomed. I don't know how much of this I could talk about, getting without getting a black bag. But if I was to show you something, I'll tell you this. There's a secret base. It's more like a factory, a military base in Israel. They don't want nobody to know about. It's very secret. It's ultra, ultra, ultra top secret. It's one of the reasons why they say Kennedy was murdered. Okay? John F. Kennedy, the president, because he was going to shut it down. Look it up. Most people are scared to say its name. I'm not going to say the name of it, but it's ultra, ultra, ultra secret. It's almost been forgotten the time. But they make a lot of weaponry there. So, I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention that what's going on is apartheid. It is genocide. And if I share with you guys that during the South African apartheid, Israel was a very, very strong ally and supporter to the apartheid regime, to the illegal apartheid regime in South Africa, what would you say to that? What would you say to that? I know there's some people hopped in and then they left. These people are weird, bro. I don't know. People on YouTube are weird. Whenever you do a live, it's like they live in this vibration where if they don't hear something that they want to hear in 5 seconds, they disappear. But you know, it's important that I do my part for humanity. And it's sad to see these people suffer and basically be exterminated. You know, it's basically what's going on. They're basically being exterminated. Um, wow, that's crazy. Let me share this. Let me share. I'm gonna share this for later because see, there's some realities about life. Okay, there's some realities about life. There's some things that there's some things that we're up against, and there's just some things that we're up against, and at the center of this, what really got to me today was at the center of this was what's going on at the University of Mississippi. Now, I don't know why anybody thinks Mississippi is this great state. I don't know why anybody would want to go to the University of Mississippi. And I don't know why the black athletes even accept scholarships from that place. If you're a black athlete, man, you guys need to boycott that place, man. Tear up your letters, man. Don't go there. Don't go there. Trust me. Trust me. The student body at what they call Old Miss, think of the name Old Miss, Old Mississippi. The student body there thinks of you, black athletes, as animals. They think of you as animals. I don't know how any black person could thrive in that type of environment. The article, which I'm gonna do more about it later. It's like I got this platform. I'm gonna save it for next week for African American Men News. I'm gonna save it for next week. The platform that I have developed over the week, man, they just keep giving me information and content to talk about. But this Mississippi thing was very different, very different. Um, Caucasian people have historically felt anti-social programs, right? They don't like social programs, welfare, whatever they call it. They don't like that. They don't like that. They're very conservative towards that. And in a place like Mississippi, if you don't, if you don't have your shit together, you're gonna die. You're gonna starve to death. You don't have your shit together. In a place like Mississippi, you're gonna die. You're gonna starve to death. Okay. So you would think that these same uh, people are part of the student body, most of them white males, right, would not be pro-Israel, being that $98 billion of their money, of their inheritance, was just given away to Israel. And like I told you earlier, there's a secret base there that's like, it's so secret. The highest American generals can't even go there. The five-star generals can't even go there. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff can't go there. Israel has a secret base where they make weapons that nobody even knows about anymore. They've been doing it for like 60 years now. So they've been getting a lot of money. They've been getting a lot of money. And you would think that white males of college age would be like, wait a minute, hold on, we're not pro-Israel. We're not pro-Israel. Because you're giving them all our bread. You're giving them what's tantamount to welfare. Foreign aid is just welfare. What foreign aid is? Foreign aid is just another form of welfare. And America gives it away. America just gives the money away to certain people, to certain nations. Just give the money away. And they tell everybody here, go screw yourself. Cry, cry, cry till your eyes turn green. We're giving the money away. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. As we remember the Palestinians as they are exterminated, because that's what $98 billion does. It's basically a translation. Here goes $98 billion for your defense. Translation: exterminate them. Exterminate them. That's pretty much what it does. Pretty much what it says. You don't give a country 98. You don't give a nation. I mean, $98 billion in blanket aid. In blanket aid, unless you want to exterminate a people that's opposing them. Now, I can't get in. I'm not going to get into the details of the politics behind it because I'm not well versed in Middle East politics. I'm not going to pretend to be a charlatan. I mean, most of the people that call themselves experts are pretending, and some of the people who try to talk about it are nothing more than charlatans. But I will say this. I will say that those Palestinians, man, they got spirit, they got gumption. I give you that. They are very, very brave. They are very, very brave. I remember I read an article that said the handcuffs, the ones that were being handcuffed, they were being handcuffed for so long, and the handcuffs were tight, and the handcuffs damaged a lot of the wrist that they had to do amputations of people. because the handcuffs, they were like what's the word? They were like tourniquets almost. They were put on so tight. Okay, so they are really, really, really knocking these people out the box. And I was gonna show you guys some things about it just seems like we just going along with it as business as usual. You don't even really hear about it. You don't even really hear about it on TV. Everybody's taking a side, but it's not really an issue to take a side of. It's not America's fight. It's not my fight, not America's fight. There's no side to take. Corporations are taking sides and afraid to. It's like everybody's afraid to be on the Palestinian side. I don't understand that. Everybody wants to be on Israel's side. I don't understand that. But it's not our fight. It's not a side. It's not a fight you can take a side on. You know, if if the way to stop this, it seems to me, was to give the Palestinians their land, or the land that they demand, or the land that they owned, or whatever the case may be. If that was the way to avoid this, why isn't anyone doing that? That would avoid it, right? Then if something happens after that, if you give a person everything that they want and something happens after that, then I could see you taking a side. You're like, hey, we did what you wanted. What's the problem there? But I can't see, you know, you denying people the right to live and have prosperity. And I think I read somewhere that they were afraid about the Palestinians becoming the majority or something like that. But it's just sad. It's sad to see this happening. You can't find anything about it on YouTube. Most people are quiet about it. Most people are quiet about it. But what upset me? Let me show you what upset me. I'm gonna show you what upset me. It wasn't even really. It wasn't really. It wasn't really. It wasn't really. Anything more than this. This is what upset me. Let me show you what upset me. Let me show you what has me afraid right now. I'm not ashamed to say I'm afraid of this. Let me show you what has me afraid right now, because I've seen this before. I've seen this before. This image right here. This image right here is what has me afraid. You see this image right here? These are supposed to be the pro-Israel supporters. Okay. These are the pro-Israel supporters. Okay. The middle finger, all kinds of stuff. Like, these are the people, these students are going to graduate and be in charge of the government, be in charge of giving you jobs as people of color, run all of that. These are the people that are going to inherit the country. Think about that. This is what has me upset. This has me very, very scared. Not scared, I mean very, very afraid. All right. And it's a hypocrisy to it. Why is there a hypocrisy? Because I heard that they were making fun of black people and mimicking animal gestures about black people. But isn't their team consist of black men? That's a brother. That's a brother. That's a black man. That's a black man. That's a black man. Right? That's a black man. Right? Right? That's a black man. That's a black man. That's a black man. Right? So if the students at Ole Miss feel that we are animals, why do black athletes go there? And why do they go to the games and support the animals representing their team? It's a hypocrisy. And overall, right now, what's going on with the Palestinians fighting to establish a democratic country for themselves, a democratic nation for themselves, and the most democratic nation on the planet, the United States of America, is against that. It seems to me that the $98 billion is going to the wrong people because the Palestinians, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, they want to establish a democratic country and a democratic nation. And see, that's what I don't understand about these foreigners, these Arabs. Nobody is good. Let's be honest. Nobody is good. Nobody's good. Arabs too, they're not good. Jews too, they're not good. Nobody is good. But you would think that Arabs, they think they're highly intelligent, especially against black people, right? You would think they would understand how to play the game. What the Palestinians should be saying is we want democracy. We are a democratic country and we want to be recognized as a democratic nation. We want democracy. See, if the Palestinians were to cry democracy at any point at this stage, America wouldn't be able to stand against them. The United States of America would be like, oops, we got to be neutral. We got to be neutral. Oh, big boys, I'm not going about that today. We can talk about that later, but we'll talk about that later. I'm just talking about uh, the Palestinians, remembering them because they're being extinguished. And I'm talking about what they should have did or what they should be thinking about. But I'm not going to go into the enslavement thing about that. This doesn't, I don't go into that today. I'm not going to do things like that justice in a couple of minutes. But thank you for sharing that though. But anyway, yeah, so that's what they should have did. And you would think after all these years, they would have learned the most important shield is to say you're a democratic country. A democratic country has some certain established rules. And one of those rules is they won't attack another democratic country. So I don't know why the Palestinians don't want to play the game to survive. But if I was the Palestinians, I mean, this is what saved the South Africans and the black South Africans from apartheid. Was eventually they started saying, we can't vote. There's no democracy here. Then they let them vote, and the whites got voted out, and the blacks got voted in, and they ended apartheid. The way they was trying to do it for fucking 20 years wasn't working. The violence, the boycotts. You see, because America was still supporting them. It was America and Israel, the only country supporting them. Why? Because the United States of America will not support the denial of democracy. That's the trick. That's the trick you have to learn. And it's sad that a couple of men who want to maintain a grip on power for a little while longer, they don't really want to win. They don't really want to win. That's the Palestinians. They want to maintain a grip. So their leaders want to maintain a grip on power a little while longer. They don't really want to win. Because if they wanted to win, it would just be as easy as that. When they go to the table Monday or Tuesday, they should say, look here, okay, look here, guys. We're trying to have democracy. We want to practice democracy. We'll stop the fighting. We want democracy. Israel is denying us the right to be democratic, to be a democratic nation. We got a constitution. We want rights. We want this territory. We need this territory. And you know what happened overnight? America would change its stance and step in and give it to them. And give it to them. America would not allow Israel to deny anybody establishing a democratic country, especially in that region. That's what you got to understand. Because I'm telling you, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. People tell Black Americans a lot of things about what we shouldn't do. We shouldn't have the uprising. Blah 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 blah. We won't win. Blah 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 blah. I don't think winning is the point. I don't even know what winning would look like. I don't think that's the point. But I do know that our tactics have worked. We've beat them. We've still beaten them, and we will continue to beat them. Our tactics have worked. Anywhere else in the world, I couldn't live in it. Anywhere else in America, 40 years ago, I couldn't live in this type of neighborhood I live in. A gated community, I couldn't live here. They couldn't rent to me. They wouldn't have rent to me. It was all legal. I would have been strung up by my neck. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have. I would have did a lot more. I would have fought. Took a couple of the bastards with me. But, you know, it's not enough. But we have won a lot of battles. A lot of battles. So I don't know, man. It was always, I felt it was always suicide. When I heard they attacked Israel, I was like, oh, they on a suicide mission. The Palestinians is on a suicide mission. It's going to be because you know why this has been happening so many decades. It's like so many decades. It's like, come on, you know what? We're not gonna have this happen. Is it 2024? So they're not gonna have this happen in 2050 or 2060. It's just sad. It's very sad. But I never thought I would live to see a people be exterminated, be extinguished, you know? And it's just one more thing that America doesn't need, one more thing that's splintering the country. That's already splintered. We're already like 12 to midnight of a civil war ourselves. So, uh, but I just wanted to take a moment to mention this because I know, we can be talking about stuff and we think it's funny and we got smoke shows and we got our heads in the clouds. And somebody sent me a video today. I don't know whose channel it was on, but they took the live down. They were talking about how black, it was a video somebody sent me, said how black men ruin their rep or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I can't find a video now. Somebody guys is up here talking and taking down videos and just doing real grimy shit. Whose channel was it on? Dave? I'm done dating in America. But whose channel, that last video you sent me, whose channel was it on? I'm done dating in America. Whose channel is this on? Let me see. Live chat. Let me see here. Somebody said, let me start a new live because this one is not the topic I want to talk about. So let me start a new live. I'm gonna start a new live in a minute. Let me see what he's talking about. Is done dating in America. Who's this? In the streets requests. How do you know if you're done too? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh man, this is crazy what's going on. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Let me end this live. I'm gonna ramp up another live. But yeah, man, let's just remember the Palestinians, man. They fought the great fight for freedom and their sovereignty and their integrity and their honor. They did the best they could. They did the best they could, but all right. I'll be back. I'm gonna do another live right now because I don't want to mix up topics. Peace.